Now you've got the idea. Put plenty of Coke in that refrigerator. Ice-cold Coca-Cola will be a mighty welcome sight when you return.
Today I'm taking you to a place you most assuredly have heard of, but never been to. Through the greatest American television show ever made. With every original thought, a lesson to be learned. And with every fight for innovation, riches beyond imagination. Hold on tight as we sail through the black and white ocean of the past into the Twilight Zone. Well, hello. My name is Red Alexander Hamilton, and I am an artist from Houston, Texas, and I'm so happy that you're here. This is a new series that I'm starting right now, which is going to just show some of my favorite episodes of the Twilight Zone, which is my favorite show of all time. I originally wanted to do the Outer Limits, but I just was like, why? Like, let's just go for your favorite thing. This is like my favorite thing to talk about. I don't have a lot of people that I get to talk to about this show, so we're going to go through some of my favorite episodes, and I was thinking about doing a little series about that. I think it's going to be really fun. So please subscribe if you like this video, and let's get going. So this episode is called The Trouble with Templeton, and it starts off with Mr. Templeton coming into his bedroom and picking out his tie. Then he looks outside the window and sees his younger wife clearly flirting, having an affair with one of her lovers, I suppose, because they say something in the episode that's like, who is this one? He's trying to recall the name.
Our new guest this week, Marty. His name is what?
Page, sir. Mr. Edward Page.
Page.
And I guess this is like a newer lover. And there's even a line in the part when they're talking to this about how at the beginning she used to be more discreet with her affairs, but this one is clearly that's just no longer. She is clearly coming out and being biting the hand that feeds her. He's just cheating on him very publicly and just doesn't care and they're by the most gorgeous swimming pool that you've ever seen.
Mrs. Templeton is not very discreet these days, is she? Well, her discretion was an early fatality. It didn't last very long. Perhaps she's waiting for the day when these won't do what they're designed to do. Perhaps I'm waiting for that day, too.
Mr. Templeton, you shouldn't say that.
Oh, don't distress yourself, old friend. When a man my age marries a woman her age, he gets exactly what he deserves.
Then he continues to get ready and speak with his butler about how he's about to perform in a new play and how his life is pretty contempt, that all he wants to do is just come back home after work and just go to bed. Then his butler is like, you shouldn't speak like that, and he was like, well, don't worry, I do not love her anymore.
Go to bed, Marty. That's the best place for me. Bed, sleep, oblivion.
Now, sir, you shouldn't talk like that.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't love her anymore.
And then he goes on to remember his first wife, Laura, while he goes through a music box and chimes it up and watches it dance. And then that's when he says that she died whenever she was 25 years old, and how life has really indescribably beautiful moments, and that's all that he has left in this world is just those memories of her. Then the next scene, Templeton meets this old dude, this old ugly guy outside of the the building where his play's going to be, and he's talking about how he's got this new young director that's going to really make this play success, and Templeton's got to put his stardom down so he can do what this director wants.
Some of us are old.
But neither state precludes any of us, young or old, from ignoring the basic cooperation that will be necessary here. When I direct, there are no significant personalities in the cast of any play. But there are 3 significant dates in the life of a play. The first day of rehearsal, opening night, closing night. The last 2 are related and dependent upon the first. Therefore, the first day of rehearsal is an extremely important date.
And then this like younger director guy just starts like yelling at Templeton for no reason, because I guess he was a little bit late for rehearsal, and then Templeton just has like he just has like this panic attack or something like that, and just runs away. Just completely just runs away because this dude yells at him for and so then the next scene, he goes through a doorway, and this is like my favorite. This is why I love the Twilight Zone. It's just I don't know what kind of like form of art that is, or if this was concreted from the Twilight Zone, but like whenever the main character goes through like a doorway or something, and it's a completely different experience than it was when he went to the different one. Like right now it's nighttime, and a whole bunch of people are like clapping and like celebrating him, and he's looking confused. I just love that, and you can kind of see like the experience is different. Like the cars are like a little bit older than whenever he walked in, and he's kind of like trying to readjust of like what is going on. And then he looks over and sees like the actual like marquee for the play is different. There's a big banner on it that says something like 1927's like biggest hit or something like that, and and it does like this dramatic like zoom in, so the audience is like, oh okay. Oh, okay, this is a different time. It's almost ridiculous to think that this was, he goes like, that was 30 years ago.
That's more than 30 years ago.
And it's crazy because that's almost 100 years ago now. So this episode's like 70 years old. And then he sees like another marquee, and he like points out, and he's like, oh wow, Barney.
Barney?
And it says something like written and directed by, so you kind of realize like the young guy that just yelled at me, we didn't have the same relationship as me and Barney. And look how good and acclaimed his plays were. Then this old guy comes up, and he's like, what year is this? And he's like, oh, it's 1927. And he's like, are you joking with me, Mr. Templeton?
What year is this?
1927. Say, you're not trying to kid me, are you, Mr. Templeton?
Most assuredly I'm not.
And then old man Magoo tells him that his wife wants to go see him and meet him at this restaurant where I guess everybody used to go hang out with. And he was like, well, my wife is dead as hell.
My wife? But Laura's dead.
Well, she's the best-looking ghost I ever saw, Mr. Templeton. No offense, of course.
And then you get to see Mr. Templeton like really give his first like smile and like moment of ecstasy that he has had this entire episode so far. He's like, and that's what I love about this show, is it just like the concept of just out of nowhere just going through a doorway, and then in just a few moments being able to see someone that you loved and cherished, and the last person that you actually felt true joy to be around, and the most genuine person that you've ever met. And I just love that concept so much, and I just, that's why I wanted this to be like the first episode that I showed, is just because of this concept. It's so beautiful to me. Then Templeton runs over to the local speakeasy where Laura is, and it's kind of funny. Like, imagine like seeing your wife after 30 years, like going back in time and seeing your wife after 30 years, and she's just finished drinking just a giant chug of beer.
Well? What?
Steaks or chops?
No, nothing to eat tonight, Freddie. We're not staying very long.
And I really kind of think about this scene the most because she's like cutting up the steak that she's like, oh, the Kansas City is really juicy tonight, and then she eats like the world's smallest bite of steak.
Kansas City's great tonight. It's juicy. See, I told you.
And then she's like, oh, look, I showed you how juicy it was. Like, you cut the smallest piece of meat off the steak, and then you ate like half of that piece. Like, if you just put the whole thing in your mouth, you wouldn't be having this issue that you'd have to pat it with a napkin. Like, you chugged the whole beer, and then you're like, I'm gonna eat very delicate. Like, they just don't make women like they used to, bro. So obviously elated to see his wife doing well and being happy, he was like, I really want to spend alone time with you. Can we just go someplace that's quiet? And she's just like, yo, I'm out here to party. Like, I got this whole steak, and I just ordered another beer. Like, let me just out here have a good time. And he's like, yo, I want to speak to you. Like, let's have some alone time.
I want to have you alone. To myself.
Booth, don't be dull.
So then the next thing, Laura grabs a script from the table, and she starts fanning herself with it. And Templeton's trying to, like, plead and get Barney and her's attention, be like, hey, there's some reason why we are here together right now. Y'all died, and y'all have been memories to me for so long. Y'all are, like, the two most important people that's ever been in my life, and for some reason we get to spend time together. And both of them look at him like he's absolutely crazy, like, has no idea what he's talking about.
You do understand, don't you? Oh, sure. Laura, do you understand?
Sure. Come on, let's have a good time, huh?
Obviously discontent with the way that they're kind of reacting to him. He's really trying desperately for them to kind of understand where he's coming from. And he's like, you're acting different, Laura. We used to not be able to walk down the street without people seeing that we are in love, and you're treating me like this, and you're acting so differently.
Shut up. Shut up, both of you. Shut up. Laura, come with me.
You're a silly, old fool of a man.
Then she listens to the music, and she's like, oh, that's my jam. And so then she goes up and starts getting jiggy with it, just starts throwing it back and just dancing ridiculously, and then slaps him in the face.
Why don't you go back where you came from? We don't want you here.
Then, dejected and hurt, Templeton runs out of the speakeasy, and one of the most poignant forms of art is this incredible scene. Ugh, oh my god, I love it so much. It's just so ingenious. I love art that pulls you in like this. Like, you have no idea what's going on. It's just absolutely stunning work, and I just love how everyone just immediately as he leaves, just and the lights go down and everyone's just so somber, and the little step ahead Laura does just kind of just to be, and she just looks so like sad and torn apart as soon as he walked away. It's just absolutely stunning. Then Templeton runs back towards the theater door that he walked through that led him back into the past, and he starts waving himself off with the script that he took from Laura. And then he reads through the title that it said the title of the script was
What to do when Booth comes back.
he starts reading through it, and everything that he just went through was inside of that script. And he starts realizing that they acted for him. They all of that was for him.
Why don't you go back where you came from? We don't want you here. Acting. They were acting for me.
They did all of that so he could go back to his real life and not be so, and find happiness in the day-to-days of his reality, and not just be so overwhelmed and just so overwrought with his memories and nostalgia, and they wanted him to go back and be the star that he was and truly live something that's worth living.
Templeton. One question. Are you in or are you out?
Then the episode ends with him saying, I just had the most incredible experience, and I don't expect you to understand it, but I will tell you someday. And he even gives him the props of saying, you know, you were right. The first day of the play, the rehearsal, is the most important. And that's the whole episode. That's it. This episode is incredibly wonderful. I think it's absolutely beautiful, for just a lesson for all of us to learn. And the fact that this episode is 70 years old is just makes it even more remarkable. It's a timeless message. And that is the end of this episode. I hope you really enjoyed this. I plan on making a lot more of them and kind of making this kind of a part of my life now. Please subscribe if you did like this, because I do plan on making more. And I love you guys. And good night.